Hey guys, so we're back again, and today we're going to do about the airport. I'm sorry about the format. I still haven't worked out how is the best way for me to do these. So I'm just really trying to just get the information up so that anybody who's going can just get on with it rather than like making it fancy and all influencer vibe. So yeah, today I'm going to be giving you probably the best tips I have for probably the whole series. The airport is something that I really know well. Little tricks for flights, like all the kind of things that just make that transition from here to there so much better, so much easier. There's nothing worse than landing in another country and just going through shit and then hating the place immediately. This is going to take that away from you. You'll get there, you'll be rested, you will have had a really good flight, you will land, you will know all the scams, you will know how to get through. I'm going to show you everything. Honestly, this is without doubt the best video I'm ever going to do in terms of information and just making your life better. So if you've seen the previous video, you know that Heathrow has a smoking area behind security, so that's one thing off your mind. And I have talked previously about carrying as little as possible. That's not always possible, so let's just start with how you get there. For me, I always use EVA. For me, they offer the best service. They have a couple of extra inches in the leg space, which is good for somebody who's tall. But they have also that you can, when you book your flight, you can buy your seat immediately. And generally it works out around £40. And this is really, really important. And it doesn't matter if you're going solo or as a couple or as a family with a young child. This works for everybody. And the return flight you don't usually have to pay for. So you can kind of split the cost across the two flights. I mean, £40, you're paying £800 to £1,000 for this flight anyway. That extra £40 is worth every single penny, trust me. So the first thing is bring a full-size pillow. Take the oldest pillow you have, put it in a pillowcase that's not white, and just carry it with you. When you decide to book your flights with EVA, you book the side of the plane, the window seat, which is the side that you sleep on. Honestly, this is so good. You take the full-size pillow. Customs will not ever stop you with this pillow. They don't care. If you've got checked luggage, you're going to walk around the airport with a pillow under your arm. Everyone's going to be laughing at you. When you're on that plane, the laughing stops, and they could look at it and say, "Yeah, why didn't I do that?" It's the greatest thing. So basically, yeah, if you followed the video from before and didn't take any luggage, then you could still walk in with a backpack and your pillow. It counts as one piece. Like, they're not going to say, oh, you can have one or the other. It doesn't work like that. You know, the pillow is a separate issue, and you could just walk straight through it, just put it through the machine, and it goes through. And so, yeah, like, you've booked your seat, you're getting on the plane. Now, if you're a solo traveller, like myself, generally, I've got the window seat booked. So as soon as I get there, I just throw the pillow next to the window on that little corner, you know, and it's something to lean on. It's comfortable, it's fine. And then for a 12-hour flight, I'm going to sleep for about 8 hours of that flight. I'll watch a little bit of a movie, I'll have the first round of food, and then I just ask them for like extra wine, and I take Zopiclone with me. So some wine, Zopiclone, boom, 8 hours, I'm out for the count. Like, it's the best I ever sleep. I can't do 8 hours in a bed, but on a plane I can sleep 8 hours, absolutely no problem. You wake up just in time for like the next round of food, you can watch a film, and then you'll be landing, and you will come out of that plane so fresh. It's, you know, you don't feel groggy. Zopiclone doesn't leave you feeling groggy. I don't use anything else, so I don't know, but like, trust me, it's the ultimate flight. You literally wake up, you feel like you've not even been on a flight. You know, it's great. If you're a couple, your partner will love you forever for this, because you do 6 hours each. You know, one of you goes down for 6 hours, and they wake up, they get to watch a film, and you know, and then you get 6 hours of sleep. it doesn't make anybody cranky, you know, like you can just pass your time quickly that way, and you both get a rest. So when you arrive, you're more fresh, you know, you don't feel like crap. And if you have a young child, small child, you can make sure they get the window seat, and they can just lay back. Like, you can stuff the actual pillows that you get from the plane itself underneath like the arm, and then put the pillow over the top. They can lay back, put their feet across you in the middle seat. They will say, the whole plane will thank you for this. Nobody wants a cranky child on a plane. The kid will sleep, you know. It's just, you know, and it's easy. You're just carrying a pillow. Take the cheapest, oldest one you've got. You can dump it at the other end. You don't need it. Like, you know, it's 20 quid to make that flight so much better. So yeah, take a pillow. So yeah, once you're arriving at Bangkok Airport, now this kind of works, some of these things would work for almost any flight, but this is specifically for Thailand, it's for Bangkok. And it works. There's local Thai businessmen who go through this airport on a weekly basis who don't know these tricks. I walk past them sometimes, and I wonder why they still are making the same mistakes that everybody else does. And you know, it just shows that people don't explore airports properly. People don't take the time to really look and see, like, how can I make this better for myself? Which is something that I really do. Like, I don't know, it's OCD or it's what, but it's just, you know, it's kind of my job to make everybody's life easier when they're traveling. And so I find out how. So the plane landed, you're feeling quite fresh, you know, you've had a good sleep. And so you got to get off the plane. Now, there's quite a lot of planes that land at the same time. All the British planes come in at the same 2 times a day. You have EVA, you have Thai Airways, and occasionally British Airways. And so they're big planes, and so you can have something like 1,000, 1,200 people all rushing to get to immigration before you. And it creates like a bottleneck for immigration, which can turn into like a 3 or a 4 hour queue sometimes if there's not many staff on, and it's, you know, like, they try their best to like cover it, but like, it's just very difficult to deal with that amount of people at once in a small space. And so ideally you want to be off the plane first, so try to book seats further forward if you can, and then once you actually get there, just try and be one of the first people off the plane. And if you don't have luggage and stuff, this should be really easy anyway, because like, without a backpack, it's a little bit lighter. If you've got the backpack, you know, it's a bit more heavy to carry, but you can still speed through. And most people are kind of tired and, you know, drowsy, and like, you know, they haven't slept for 12 hours. So they're not ready for the race to the immigration. So you should get past a lot of people, but it still can be a crowd. If a plane lands 10 minutes before you, there's still 600 people ahead of you. So as you're walking through, off from the plane, international is on one side and domestic is on the other side. So you'll come around, you walk through the airport and you'll come around, and in front of you, you're going to see a sign that says immigration and visa on arrival. And this is where everybody goes into, but you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to walk straight past that. Let them all go in there. And if you're coming from domestic, you're coming from the other side, do exactly the same thing. When you see the immigration sign or visa, whatever, just walk straight through. Like, don't go in that direction. Keep walking straight. Just avoid it, because between both those two immigrations, right in the middle, there's another immigration, and nobody knows it exists. There's maybe a few people that have done what I've done and you know, walked around the airport, but there's an immigration right in the middle of the two, and most people have no idea it's there. When you get there, there will be nobody. There'll be a few people on the customs itself. There might be like a small queue of like 10 or 15 people who actually know about it. Sometimes, if it's exceptionally busy, I believe they will funnel people over in that direction, but I've never seen it. And so, to be fair, it's almost guaranteed a walk through. And also, what kind of happens is, because you go there, like, I mean, I'm a white guy, so they see me coming through that immigration, and immediately they go, He's been here before. He knows not to go through the busy immigrations. He's obviously been here before. So that kind of accentuates like that you can go through, because they already know that you've been, they kind of trust you, you know. So it's just kind of a sawadi, and, you know, stamp your passport, which now is 60 days. It's just gone up 3 days ago. So instead of being 45 days, you can now stay for 60 days without a visa. And you will be through. You'll go through. And then it's just a case of collecting your luggage. Now, because the immigration is over by where you walked past first, that's where your bags are going to come out. But this is not a problem, because what that means is that everybody who comes through there is going to stand and wait for their bags. But when you've come through in the middle, opposite you, you should be by baggage carousel number 17. Now, opposite you is all the SIM cards. So there's no queue there to buy your SIM card either. So you can get your SIM card sorted out, you can get everything done while you're waiting for the bags to come through. And then it's like a quick 5-minute walk back in the direction that you sort of came from, but on the other side. So you've got your SIM card, you've got your visa, everything's come through. If you didn't bring luggage, as I suggested in the last video, then you're just walking straight out of the airport. I can literally get you from the plane to the outside of the airport in about 15, maybe 20 minutes. Otherwise, it can be 2 to 3 hours, you know, like it saves so much time. You immediately feel, that was great, I got through. You're not tired. If you're a smoker like myself, you can go straight outside the airport and just turn left or right. At the end of each end, there's smoking areas. You can have a cigarette if you want. And then if you've got bags, go to get your bags. Go through customs, obviously it's not going to be a problem. Like, you might have a small delay because you're waiting for your bags, but it's nothing compared to standing in those immigration queues, waiting for visa stamps, people who haven't like filled in stuff properly, because there are people in front of you who are not coming from countries that are visa exempt. There are people that do have to fill in forms and they block, you know, it's chaos. So this is the way. This is how to do it. Walk straight past the first immigration, take the second one, go through, get stamped, go and get your SIM card. Then most people want to get a taxi. Now this is where the scams begin, because you're a new face, a new person in a country you don't understand. You can't read very much of what's written on there. You know, you just kind of think, oh, I'm going to go and take the taxi from outside. So the fare from the airport to generally almost anywhere in Sukhumvit or a little bit further is around 500 baht. The taxi driver will immediately try and charge you 800. So we're talking a difference between £11 and £17. Like, it's not a lot, but it's that whole, oh yeah, I'm scamming you. And the worst part of this is, again, the traffic is a nightmare at the times when the British planes land. So you're going to be sitting in traffic for over an hour. Guaranteed, it's going to take over an hour for you to get from the airport just into the centre of Sukhumvit, and then you're still not near your hotel. You've still got to go through the actual traffic jam where nothing moves, and it just takes forever. It saps the life out of you. It's horrible, and you're being overcharged for it. Ideally, you would have downloaded, if you've got a lot of luggage and you don't want to do my top tip for getting from the airport to your hotel. If you've got a lot of luggage, download Grab and use Grab. If you don't have Grab and you didn't buy the SIM card, then make sure that the taxi turns on the meter. If they turn on the meter, there's no scam. They can't scam you if the meter's switched on. Other than that, it's just going to be like they'll just ask you. Some will refuse to turn on the meter. That way you know that they're just waiting there to take money from people. Don't buy SIM cards from anyone. Again, another scam. Just so many little things that go on that really you just need to be prepared and aware that they're there. I'm going to do a whole episode about scams. There are a lot, and there's some new ones as well. I've seen influencers regurgitating the same old scams that have been around for 10 years. You can find them online, but there are 3 or 4 new ones now that no one's mentioning, because unless you live there you wouldn't know that they're happening, because there's a very, very small amount of tourists getting caught with stuff, but the ones that are getting caught are losing a lot of money. And there's a few that I will go over again that everybody probably knows already, but like, yeah, that'll be another episode which is coming up, so make sure you subscribe to this. So yeah, so getting from the airport to the city, the best way to do this is take the lift downstairs, go to the basement, and at the bottom there is a train line, and it's the airport link. And instead of paying £11 or £17, this costs 35 baht, which is about 80 pence. And that will get you from the airport into the centre of Sukhumvit. You can go to Makasan, which is near Asok and that area, or you can go to further up to Payatai, which is kind of closer to Ari, Silom and Khaosan. So you'll cut out all the traffic. It takes about 40 minutes. It's simple. You can see they speak in English on the actual train, so that to tell you what station it is. You will have looked it up on a map, because now you're aware that there's a train line that runs, and now you can plan for that. It will save you, even if you've got one bag of luggage, just go, because you've got through immigration so quickly. You're not going to miss a spot on the train. Like, they do get busy as well, but you're straight away through, so you've missed the crowds. Again, this benefits you completely. You know, just getting through that second immigration will get you your everything done. So go downstairs, have 35 baht or 40 baht on you. Like, don't change up money before you go. But do take cash. Cash is king. I promise you, you'll get better exchange rates from cash. You won't get any machine charges. Just take cash. You can always bring it back. It's not a big deal. And yeah, it makes life very easy. But do change up a small amount just for taxis and stuff, just before you actually get to a money changer once you've arrived. It's very easy. And yeah, like, you can just do that at the bank or post office. And it just facilitates faster movement for you, so that you don't have to wait around for things. But yeah, once you take that train, you'll be in the city in absolute no time. And then, because you have a SIM card, and because you've heard me say to download Grab, then you can just book a taxi from the train station, and it will be like £2 or £3 to drop you off where your hotel is, because you're going to get off at the closest stop. It's fantastic. It's so fast. It's so slick. You'll be from the airport to the hotel in just over an hour, depending how far away you are. It's so easy, and you're not tired. You're not stressed. You know, and you get to have a little bit of a look of the view as well with the train, which is quite nice. And you get to kind of understand a little bit about how to use the transport system in Bangkok, because believe me, you will be using it, because it's so cheap. It's so efficient. It makes any kind of touring around simple. And yeah, you just got to get used to that kind of vibe of the crowds and how people go in and sit down, and you know, all the different things they do, put a mask on, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much the airport tips. Avoid the immigration. Go to the second one. Get your SIM card by that conveyor belt. It's number 17. You'll go and get your luggage from conveyor belt number 23, which is just a bit further down. Go through customs. Get the lift. If you don't smoke in, get the lift down to the basement, buy your ticket, jump on the train, that's all. You're there. You know, it's as easy as that. But if you don't know this, it's 4 hours of your life. You're hating yourself. You're thinking, I hate this country already. It really kind of makes your holiday difficult to enjoy. You'll start off on a bad foot, and that's not a good thing. But if you get through and you get it done really quickly, and you start off on a good foot, your holiday just changes vibe completely. Like, you know, it's my biggest tips, honestly, just to get there and get it right, and you'll love it. You'll love it. And you can dump your bags and go out and eat some street food and drink a beer and just really enjoy yourself, you know. So hopefully this has been very helpful. I will be doing more. I know everybody says, oh, watch out for the next one, it's going to be bigger and better, but you know, let's be honest, like, this is the one, this is the video that's really going to make a big difference. The rest you can kind of figure out yourself, but this, you got to know it to go. So yeah, enjoy, have a good one. I'll see you next time. I haven't decided what the next subject will be, but it will be between either scams or getting food, or something which you're going to do when you get in the city. Maybe even SIM cards if you can do it at a hotel. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, please subscribe. I'm sorry this one's a little bit longer, but there was just a lot of information. So yeah, see you soon.